This is the fastest way to make coins in EA Sports FC, and what I'm about to show you is unbelievable. So you might be looking at these cards right here and you might be thinking, Lewis, how the hell have you sold all these cards on? Why have you even got these cards? What's going on? And in this video I'm going to explain everything, but before we get started, this is genuinely the hardest way to make coins, but if you get it, it's unbelievable. So with these cards, the reason why I've sold them is because of one thing and one thing only, and that is squad building challenges. Now what I'm going to do is I'm firstly going to come over to the squad building challenges and briefly explain how this method works. So the way this method works is as soon as new squad building challenges come into the game, what I've been doing is trading around players that are needed for that squad building challenge. So for this example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to the marquee matchups, and what I've been doing is trading around this SBC right here. So this SBC here gets you a mixed players pack, and it also has some requirements, and basically the players that I've been buying have been needed for this SBC, so they've been coming up in different solutions for it. So this is how this works. This is so confusing. Please just bear with me. Listen to everything I say. I'm telling you now, this is the fastest, in my opinion, one of the best ways to make coins in this game. If you want to build the best team possible in EA Sports FC, make sure to go and buy some coins from Mule Factory and use the code LECOINS5 for a discount. So what you need to do is come over to squad building challenges at any point in EA Sports FC. This will work, and we're going to be getting into a tool a bit later in this video, and you need to use that. So basically what you need to do is come on, find yourself some squad building challenges. So for this example, and just this example, I'm using the marquee matchups. What you need to do after that is come on over to a site called Footbin. So what Footbin is, it's basically like a database for EA Sports FC. If this video gets over 500 likes in 24 hours, I'll do a full video on this. So what you need to do is you need to come onto the home page here. If you're on mobile, it will look slightly different, but the method is the exact same. After that, what you need to do is you need to come over to this tab right here where it says SBCs, and then you need to click onto where it says active SBCs. Then after that, what you're going to do is you're going to come over to this page where it says squad building challenges at the top, and what this page is basically a page where you can see every single cheapest solution for each squad building challenge in EA Sports FC. So what you need to do is you need to come over here and you need to go and find a recently released one. I would say maybe maximum 4 days released. So for this example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to the marquee matchups. Now you can do this every single week, so if you want to do this with your marquee matchups for whenever you're watching this video, you can do. So what you're going to do is you're going to come on here and you're just going to click on marquee matchups, and then what you're going to do after that is you're going to choose any one of these marquee matchups to trade with. Now as you'll be able to see, there is a little fluctuation here which sort of shows how much these are going for. Use that to your advantage, because the lower the market is, the better to trade. The higher the market is, the better to sell. I'm just going to click every single one of these and open them in a separate tab, and then once you're on here, they will give you loads of different solutions. Now what you're looking for when you're scrolling through all of these is this: created and within the past 5 minutes. It doesn't matter if it's powered by Footbin or if it's community squad, whatever, past 5 minutes, that's the one to use. And now as you'll be able to see, this is apparently the cheapest solution on the market. So with all these players here, you need to come back to EA Sports FC. And now I'm back in EA Sports FC. What I'm going to do now is come over to the transfer market, and I'm going to check all the players' prices from the solution I've just found. And basically what I'm looking for here is if there's a lack of supply of a certain card on the market, what I can do is I can come on and I can buy a ton of those cards and then sell them for more. Now what I mean by a lack of supply is I mean probably maximum 2 pages of that card. As you can see, this guy's going for around 200 coins, but at the top it says page 3, so there's a bit too much supply of this card. So what I would do then is I would carry on looking through that solution, and all I'm looking for is any player with a bit less supply than all the others. And then what I'm going to do is, well, we'll get into that in just a sec, but for example this guy, again, there's just a bit too much of this guy. So because I've not found any player who's got low supply, I'm going to carry on looking through all of these. I'm going to keep refreshing every single page, and as soon as a new solution pops up, I'm going to try and find some players. A new solution has just gone live on Footbin. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and go through every single card on that list and try and see if I can find any for under 500 coins. I would never pay any more than 500 coins, just bear that in mind. So the first player I'm going to look at is going to be this card, Dennis. How much is he going for? Okay, there's quite a few. Okay, yeah, there's quite a few cheap ones here, like 350 coins. And as you can see, other people have also seen the ones that are cheaper. So I need to be really quick with this. I'm not paying any more than 500 coins, and to be honest, I probably could pay a bit more, but I'm not going to be greedy. The next player on the list is this guy, and again, there's not too many pages of him. Okay, so I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm paying no more than 500 coins on all of this, and that's what you need to do as well. Basically, you're looking for players who give a lot of chem to the solution, so who are absolutely necessary for that solution as well, and you're just going to buy as many as you possibly can do. Now, this will make a lot more sense in a minute, and again, I know that this is a really confusing method, but please, just trust me on this one, right? This is genuinely such a good method, and I have made so many coins by doing this. The last player who gets 3 stars of chemistry is this Mendes, who is 67 rated, if I can find the right one. Mauro, I think it's this one. I'm hoping it's this one anyway. How many pages does he have? He has less than 2 pages, and he's currently selling for, ooh, okay. So this one looks like people have already got to him. So what I'm actually going to do with this is I'm just going to buy it at 1,000 coins, mainly because there's such a big gap to his other cards. So at this stage now, I've got myself all of these items right here. I've got around 10 items in total, and I bought these for no more than 500 coins. However, this guy I bought for no, it was 1,000 coins, weren't it? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and list these cards up for a profit. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the price, and I'm going to go and check to see how much he's selling for right now. As you can see, he's going for 950 coins. So what I'm going to do with this one that I've got at 200 coins is listed up at 700 coins for 1 hour. Now, when you're listing these cards up, do not list loads of them up at once, because nothing will happen. What we're trying to do here is basically sell to people who are using that solution from FUTBIN to complete the squad building challenge. So for example, this Mendes guy is currently selling still at around 1.6k. Doesn't look like that anyone's bought that other one, so I will just hold off ever so slightly with him. I've also got this Cardenas as well, who I got for pretty cheap, who's currently selling for around 700 coins roughly. And basically the plan is to just try and get as much of this stuff listed up as I can do. It looks like there's actually one. Is this one still up at 450? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. We've just got that one too. So like I say, the plan is with all this is to try and list it up for a profit, and then hopefully you'll be able to make pretty decent coins from doing this, because basically you're selling to people who are trying to complete the SBC. For example, this Fretas is still going at 950 coins. The way that I'm checking that is just by adding into my transfer targets and not. If I can't add into my transfer targets, it means that he's sold. As long as that solution stays top of the solutions on FUTBIN as well, these cards will continue to rise, because more and more people are going to buy them and put them into the SBC. So at this stage, all I'm doing here is I'm just constantly checking these player prices over and over again. You can see here at the bottom with the time remaining being 59 minutes, people have started to list up their cards too. So as soon as this one sells at 1.6k, I'm going to list mine up at that price as well. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to wait for the prices to rise and hopefully make a decent profit. Whilst I'm waiting for those cards to sell on, what you can also do is go onto one of the players that you've just bought as part of that solution and just scroll down, and what you want to look at is this graph right here. What you want to do after that is set it to hourly, and then you can go through all of these days at the top right here and basically work out how much that card's been selling for before. So yesterday, the highest that he went to was 700 coins. The day before, the highest he went to was 1,200. Friday was 850. Thursday was 500. Wednesday was around 1,200. So I know that the maximum that he's ever sold for is 1,200. So if I wanted to, I could just list him up at 1,200 for 3 days. Hopefully he'll sell on because he gets into another solution. I'm just checking this Mendes' price, and it looks like the other one at 1.6k has sold on, and his minimum price now is around 2.2k. So with this one at 1,000 coins, I'm not going to be greedy. I'm just going to list it up at 1,700. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to check all the other player prices too. This guy looks like he's gone up to around 1,000 coins, as you can see at the bottom. So with this one I got at 450. I'm going to list it up at 900 coins. And this is only because people are now starting to complete the squad building challenge. With this guy, Fretas, his minimum is still 950 coins. So we might have to wait the tiniest bit later on that, or just list him up at 3 days if we want to. With some of his cards though, what I'll do is I'll just list for a bit of a smaller profit. Hopefully some people will buy him, and maybe they'll see him and just go, you know what, I'm going to try and get him at that price. Maybe that's a good price to them for whatever reason. So I'm going to get all the other ones listed up at 3 days. I'm not really going to mess around too much with this, because the main thing with this is you spend a load of coins, and if you can make a profit of anything, it doesn't matter how much that you're selling. If you lose on a few cards, it really doesn't matter too much. I'm going to get all those listed up at different times. I'm going to list up on the transfer market, and then if I've done everything correctly, I should have made some coins. So let's come over to the transfer list now, enter the transfer market, go to the transfer list, and okay, Fretas has sold on at 700 coins, and I've still got maybe, okay, Cardenas has sold on as well. Still got all these cards listed up at the minute, which is absolutely fine. As you can see here, some of them are still listed up, and some of them might take a bit of time to sell on, but trust me with this, if you repeat this method over and over and over again, this is the fastest and most consistent way to make coins. But if you want even more trading methods, why don't you click here and go and check another video out? You will absolutely love it. Oosh.